12 things men find beautiful in a woman. Now, many women think that beauty just comes from the outside, that your appearance is one of the main factors that will determine if a man feels attracted to you or if he doesn't feel attracted to you, if he wants to continue pursuing a relationship or not, when in fact, there are so many varieties of factors that are even more important and more potent than physical looks when it comes to attracting a man and having him find you beautiful. We're going to be diving into those now in this powerful video. I'm Brody Boyd with Magnetize Your Man, and as a professional love coach for over 13 years, here's what I've seen. First thing men find beautiful in a woman is grace and poise. Now, grace and poise is all about how you carry yourself, both when you're just walking around the world, but also in conversations, in important discussions, tense moments. Grace and poise is about taking things lightly, taking things with ease, letting the water roll off your back when things are trying to distract you, trying to bring in negative energy into your field, that you continue to stay focused on the positive, focused on what feels good to you and what feels like you are in your own world where you're creating this beautiful bubble of grace and peace and beauty. That is how you operate in the world, and that'll cause you to have very fluid body language. When you get in an argument, you're able to move on. You're able to actually treat the person with grace, even if they are being rude. And it's a very powerful thing that men find extremely attractive. The second thing men find beautiful in a woman is the eyes. Eyes are the windows to the soul, and eyes are also your way of seducing a man without having to say anything. Just by giving him a certain glance, looking at him and with sensuality flowing through your eyes or positivity or whatever emotion you want to communicate to him, oftentimes you can do that simply through the eyes, a little playful glance, a little seductive glance. Of course, the eyebrows can come into play with that as well in slight motions. But one of the keys to using your eyes is, of course, to maintain eye contact, to look at him, to not be easily distracted by your phone, by things that are going on around you. And then, of course, also to think sensual thoughts or to think thoughts of love, happiness, joy, pleasure when you're looking at him. That'll naturally be communicated and infuse his brain with those feelings as well. The third thing men find beautiful in a woman is femininity. This means embracing the parts in you that are creative, playful, flowing, tapping into your intuition, the things that are outside of logic and goal orientation. So rather than being so set and focused on, I have to have this man or I have to do this thing, it's being open to the experience. As one of my favorite sayings says, commit to the process, but detach from the outcome. It's about embracing your natural feminine charms through your dress, through your style, through the way you carry yourself. Femininity is everything that is opposite of a man. It's everything that is opposite of masculinity. So tap into that flow and be like the ocean and not the rock in the ocean. The fourth thing men find beautiful in a woman is shared values. Now, shared values communicates to a man that this is someone I could see myself being with long term. And it's beautiful because often it is rare. Most men are used to either interacting with other men or interacting with people who want something from them, or that nobody is really connecting with them authentically in that way. When they meet somebody like you who can communicate a similar value system, who could speak into their value system, it's very powerful. One of the best ways to do this is to actually listen and find out what are his values. Ask him questions about what he's passionate about, what he believes in, what are his spiritual beliefs, what are his political beliefs, what are his family beliefs. Try to tap into what is the foundation, the rock that is him, the foundation of his castle that is him. And then you can start communicating into that value system by showing him where you also agree with those values, where you live out those values. Show him through your actions as well as your words, and he'll find that very attractive. The fifth thing men find beautiful in a woman is your voice and laughter. Your voice and laughter are powerful tools to seduce him on an auditory level, which goes right into his unconscious. So by controlling your voice or training your voice to be more sensual, to speak slower, to speak with a feminine rasp or feminine kind of Marilyn Monroe-esque type of voice, to bring in that playfulness, that seductiveness, that positivity can be very attractive to a man because it's often, again, infusing that feminine polarity, which is the only thing that causes attraction. So listen to your voice, record yourself on your phone, on your microphone, and listen back to it to see how it sounds and see if you are talking too fast or if you need to slow down or if you need to put in more pauses into your speaking. And of course, your laughter, letting yourself laugh when he tells a funny joke, letting yourself express when you're feeling happy. These are all things that are going to be attractive to a man who's even a man who just met you or a man you've been with for many months. The sixth thing men find beautiful in a woman is vulnerability. Vulnerability is about revealing your true, authentic self. And oftentimes being vulnerable, by definition, is scary. It's only vulnerability when you are scared of opening up. So that's usually something that maybe you've had some shame around in the past, something that you're afraid that he's going to judge you for, something that you may judge yourself for. And so it's going to be things around probably your history, your family history, your fears, your goals, your dreams, your desires. Starting to reveal those intimate parts of yourself, your personality, your character, the things that are quirky about you. And you don't have to do it right away. You can do it gradually and do it only with a man who you feel you can trust with that. But start to give him little glimpses. You can start with things that you're more comfortable with and start to expand into things you're more afraid of sharing. There's a great saying that we used in one of our workshops, which is, something I don't want you to know about me is. Whatever that answer is to that question, that's something that you can share that will for sure be something vulnerable. The seventh thing men find beautiful in a woman is a nurturing nature. Now, a nurturing energy and a nurturing nature is about having an empathy and a compassion for the other person. But it's more than that. It's bringing things into the relationship such as physical connection, affection. So putting your arm around him, holding his hand, rubbing his back if he's had a hard day. These things are very attractive to men because it shows, for one, on a biological level, that you'd be someone who would be a good mother, obviously. On other levels, it shows that you would be a great partner. You're somebody who would be in his corner, by his side, supporting him in the tough times and in the good times. So demonstrating that nurturing nature through how you treat service staff, how you treat your family, how you treat other people, how you treat him is going to be a very attractive thing that's going to make him feel like this is the woman for me. The eighth thing men find beautiful in a woman is spontaneity. Spontaneity is about being willing to color outside the lines and not be so rigid and structured in who you are and what you're doing. Again, this is in alignment with feminine energy. But spontaneity is about being willing to trust your intuition, trust your passion in the right moments, and being willing to say yes to adventures, experiences, and even things that you want to say that maybe you were holding back or that you felt compelled to say in the moment, doing things that you feel compelled to. Now, again, it doesn't mean that you're not setting boundaries. And if he wants to do something you're not ready for and you're not comfortable with, that you don't say yes to that. But when it's in alignment with you and what your intuition is guiding you to do, remember that it's coming from, pay attention that it's coming from your intuition in a higher place and not just, peer pressure or something like that, that you say yes to those experiences and open up to be willing to do things that may not always be logical. The ninth thing men find beautiful in a woman is playfulness. Now, playfulness is about tapping into that playful side of yourself that maybe existed when you were little, when you were on the playground and you just wanted to have fun and do whatever, was entertaining to you in the moment. So when you're with a man or when you're out, being willing to tell jokes, to tease him a little bit, to make funny remarks about, if he has a stain on his shirt or, oh, are you drooling because you find me so attractive or something like that. So being willing to say little things and little banters with him that can make him feel that you are somebody who is not always, again, so rigid, so structured, but you're willing to have fun. You're willing to let your hair down. You're willing to be goofy, goof around, tease him, wrestle with him. And that's one of the things that the men will often find very attractive because they're not getting that a lot in their daily life. Masculine energy is very focused on the goals, focused on achievement. And so when he's having that fun experience with you, especially if he's a guy that gets more into his head or is more of a high achiever or logical or structured in his being, that's going to allow him to open up to be more playful, and he's going to feel more bonded and connected to you in that moment. The 10th thing men find beautiful in a woman is spirituality. So spirituality is about having a connection to something beyond the physical, whether that's God for you or depending on your spiritual leanings. It's being willing to tap into that and bring that, infuse that into how you're living your life and infuse that into your connection and your relationship with him. That means really listening to things beyond the physical, praying, meditating, tapping into your intuitive guidance with him, with the world. And it allows you to then dance with the world in a more connected way, where you're not just being led from one side to the other, one direction to the other. Instead, you can find a grounding within yourself, a faith and a peace that allows you to connect with men and connect with people authentically. I remember that was one of the things when I met my wife, that I felt spiritually connected to her. I was connected on all levels, which I had never felt with a woman before, because she had done so much work on herself, because she had a spiritual connection. So it's a very powerful element to bring into your relationships. The 11th thing men find beautiful in a woman is intuition. And I wanted to emphasize intuition because it is so important. Intuition is a skill that needs to be practiced. It's a way of tapping into your inner guidance beyond the realms of fear, beyond the realms of societal pressures, cultural pressures. It's listening in deep inside to that voice that may come from God, that voice that comes from deep within that's guiding you. Yes, you should connect with this guy more. No, you should not connect with this guy anymore. You should set a boundary here. You should lean in here. You should go here. You shouldn't go there. Turn left instead of right, or turn right instead of left. So you have to be listening to that voice. And it's part of femininity. It's part of going beyond the logic that may be present in the moment, even beyond your emotions. Oftentimes, it's a smaller voice that's even tinier than your emotions that'll be guiding you on how to connect with people in the right way, and what to say and what to ask and what to do in any moment. So it's a very powerful skill that you need to practice and set aside your judgments and set aside your fears to be able to listen to that voice with your relationships with men. The 12th thing men find beautiful in a woman is a moral compass. This means having a strong sense of right and wrong within yourself and bringing that with you into the world and into a relationship. It means acknowledging when you've done something that you don't feel was right, being willing to apologize, being willing to admit when you've made mistakes and being okay with that, and also being willing to see when other people are doing something that is not right. Others, in regards to the man, is doing things that are not right, that you need to set boundaries and you need to say, no, that's not okay. Or if he's doing something to somebody else, that you say, no, that's not okay. We need to do it this way, or this would be a better way to do it. You can bring your opinions to him. It's not telling him what to do, but you can bring your feelings and thoughts to the table and let him know when you feel something is good and something is not good. And bringing that into your life and bringing that into your relationships is very beautiful to a man, because he feels like now you have a strong standards for yourself, you have a strong compass, and you're someone that he will start to admire and respect and want to be, even aspired to be, a better person himself. So it's a very powerful trait to embody. All men are different and they have their slight variations of their preferences and desires. But I think you'll find if you really apply these 12 principles of what makes a woman beautiful to a man, that most men and almost all men on a deep level will start responding to these 12 traits and practices, because they tap into a fundamental wiring that makes a man feel that a woman is high value, that she's attractive, and that she's somebody worth being with, taking a second glance at, having a second glance of, and being in a relationship with long term, because he's someone that, again, he admires, respects, and sees as beautiful from the inside out. Next, if you'd like to discover a powerful psychological trigger to make any man desire you, then make sure to take our free love quiz by going to getlovequiz.com, or subscribe and click on the link below this training now to get that, and I will see you there.